Absolutely delicious. Are you ready to hear the crunch? I have already made the mince. So we've got chicken mince there with some onions, some peas, some peppers. So this is a samosa mix, which is called Eurostar gluten-free, 1.5 cups of flour. And in that gluten-free flour, I'm going to add some salt. Okay, so I'm using Himalayan pink salt, and you don't need too much, just about that much, just on the tip of a teaspoon. So that's gone in. So this is xanthan gum. Now this is really good if you're using gluten-free because it helps the pastry to bind. So I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum in. You don't need to do this if you're doing usual name plain flour. And also I'm going to add in some, these are called onion seeds. Okay, so sometimes when you get pastry, especially samosas, and you see the little black dots, can you see there? That is the onion seeds. So I'm just going to add some onion seeds in there. I'm going to add a bit more. You don't have to add them in at all, but it just gives it a nice bit of flavour, and also they make it look really pretty as well. Also, I am going to add a spoonful of oil as well, just some vegetable oil for this, because what this oil does, it makes it nice and crispy. So we're going to use some warm water, so it's a bit warmer than lukewarm. So what I did was just boiled it a bit and added half warm water to it. And it's really important that you use warm water for this. If you use cold water, you just won't get that elasticity that you should. Right, so I'm going to put some flour on the surface here. So what I'm going to do now is make some small dough balls, about that size. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take each of these and we're going to roll them out gently. They're not going to be very big, and you're going to see what I do to them. Keep them quite thick. So you get one of them and you place it on your flour, and then I've got some oil in this pot. You've got to make sure you put lots of oil on there, because get the second one, pop it on top. We are now adding oil on the second layer as well. This is going to be tricky. I don't even know if this will work or not. If it works, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to switch the griddle pan on, and I'm going to gently roll this out. So what I do is I've stacked them on top with oil in between, rolled it out, and it's going to go onto the griddle pan, which is nice and hot now. I don't know if you can see from there. Right, I'm going to turn that right down now, and I'm going to attempt to peel this. Are we doing it? It's peeling, guys, it's peeling. So I'm peeling the first layer off. If you missed what I did, I'm going to make another one in a minute. So stay there, hang in there. This is really tricky. Because it's gluten-free flour, it is not the easiest to do. We're getting there. I've managed to peel one. Yes! Yes! Guys, we have got one peeled, super thin. Look at that. We have managed a gluten-free pastry. Look how thin that is. This is the best pastry samosas, okay? It is my mum's recipe. So what I do is stack them up and I fold them, and then it's really important that you keep these warm. Tea towel's the best thing to put it in, because you don't want them to dry out, because when you're actually folding them in, you need them still to be warm. 2 spoons of that in there, maybe boiled and then cooled, and you're making like a paste. Let's just get a nice smooth paste, and that is going to be your glue that you're going to use to bind the edges of the samosas together. So this is going to be the glue, and all it is flour with pre-boiled warm water. Get this corner to about 2/3 of the circle there. Keep it a bit tighter first. From 10 o'clock all the way to 8 o'clock, we're going to put some of this glue on. So we're going to do the 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and we're going to get the glue. It's going to be so delicious, and I've got time to do this because I'm not cooking dinner. Honestly, they normally fall apart. You get a tiny bit of your samosa pastry, drop it in, and it should bubble and come to the surface. So I'm going to drop this in, careful with the hands, and I'm going to turn it over now. And this is done now. I'm going to take this out. Absolutely delicious. Ready? Are you ready to hear the crunch? Can you see the pastry? It is delicious. So there's my samosas.